American Nightmare is a horror thriller from 2002, written and directed by John Keyes. A deranged female serial killer stalks 7 young people who phone a radio call-in show to discuss their darkest fears, and a night-long game of cat and mouse is put into motion by the darkly sinister-looking murderess. American Nightmare is a serious hangover from the mid-90s, which features the usual obnoxious meta-dialogue delivered by obnoxious characters, performed within lighting and set design that makes the film look like an episode of Friends. God, I hate the 90s. Apart from the PlayStation, of course. Fucking PS simp. Besides an obscure 19th century serial killer, American Nightmare draws inspiration from Wes Craven's Scream, with the use of phone calls as a storytelling device, as well as everyone wearing stupid looking haircuts and being dressed like they were all hit by a donation truck. The attempt to naturalize what are a very generically written cast of slasher victims falls on its arse, as even though the actors have plenty of energy and display chemistry amongst themselves, the cliched dialogue really drags the performances down, and none of the cast here are good enough to overcome the tedious screenplay. I say none, but Debbie Rochon, who plays the antagonist, is channeling some serious Glenn Close in this one. She plays the role with the intensity that it demands, considering how ridiculously convoluted her revenge scheme turns out to be. The hysterical plotting is on the level of a Victorian melodrama, and Rochon's performance is on pitch. My biggest gripe with the film is its atrocious lighting. All I can imagine is that the cinematographer was aiming for a chiaroscuro effect, but even for that approach, there is way too little light, and this low light combined with the washed out colour palette makes scenes, though visible, completely indistinct. This also means I find it very difficult to remember much from American Nightmare past the tiresome movie quiz sequence, as everything just melts together in my mind like some grey looking sludge. Shite looking. In conclusion, American Nightmare is a supremely Gen X horror film, overambitious and underproduced. It's a sophomoric affair which attempts to subvert the expectations of the seasoned horror fan and place them straight into the action. However, like most of its meta kind, it spends its thankfully short runtime building straw men and then setting them on fire to little reaction. The hysterical protagonist does give American Nightmare some personality, but the rest just plays out like a poor man's Brian De Palma, unless you get enjoyment from seeing films that think they're smarter than you, but clearly are not, or are otherwise jonesing for some Gen X nostalgia, then I would avoid watching this dimly lit turd. Thanks for watching, please like, comment and subscribe. Tomorrow's film is Trees, the movie.